video. Fucking driving to work this morning. And, right down the street, like 2 or 3 houses down the street from where I live, there's been a house that has a Black Lives Matter sign draped over their fence. Now, taking the organization out of this, if you're just talking about the actual movement, not the organization, I can get behind that. I still think it's a little racist. You know, I don't want to say I can get behind it, but I can get behind, I can understand why there's black people and, you know, some white people that can get behind it because they're fucking ignorant. They're not intending to be fucked in the head. They're not intending to be rude, but they are through ignorance. Because here's the thing, I think I said this in a previous video, but the guy Jericho Green, one of the guys that I watch, he's like, you know, at this point, saying Black Lives Matter is like going into a hospital burn unit and saying fire's hot. Like, we all know Black Lives Matter. Nobody is saying they don't. There's nobody protesting against Black Lives Matter. There's never been anybody protest. The only people that protest against Black Lives Matter are people that are protesting against the organization. And the organization, if you just go to their fucking website, you see they don't care about black people. That's the shit that kills me with BLM. Is that people want to sit there and argue. Meanwhile, this isn't up for debate. It's like arguing with me that 2 times 2 is 4, and then me showing you mathematical books that show that 2 times 2 is 4, and you go, yeah, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't care. I don't believe it. It's like, this isn't up for debate. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, by definition. Black Lives Matter, the organization, when you click on the donate page, goes to Act Blue. I think that's what it's called, Act Blue. Blue meaning blue states, liberals, Democrats. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Not a fucking penny. And since 2014 or 15, was it? I can't remember which year it was that BLM established itself as an organization. In all of these years, hundreds of millions of dollars, and not a single fucking penny has gone to black people. Not a penny. Ain't gone to black schools. It ain't gone to black communities. It ain't gone to building up some safe spaces like, you know, playgrounds, things where kids can go play, little parks, trees, removing graffiti off of storefronts. They have done nothing to help black people. And the majority of people that support Black Lives Matter are black people. They're going and donating money thinking, yeah, I'm doing something. I'm doing something good. I'm doing something for my peeps. No, you're not. You're donating money to rich white politicians that are spending that money on anything other than helping black people. And this can all be seen in less than 10 minutes of your life if you just go to the website, if you just click on the donate button, if you just read their mission statement. Tearing down nuclear families. That's what they want. A bunch of angry-ass fucking lesbian radical feminists. Hate men. Let's tear down the nuclear family. What? Black communities aren't doing it fast enough? Through welfare? Through Planned Parenthood? Through fucking dudes that want to fucking hit it and quit it? Smash and dash? Motherfuckers that have 10, 11 kids from 10 and 11 different fucking women ain't sticking around for any of them? 20% to 77% of single mothers raising kids in less than 60 years? 77%? And these dumb fucking bitches want to tear down the nuclear family? It's like, talk about a waste of fucking time. The people you hate are already doing a job of it. Good job of it. Unfortunately. Want to abolish police? You want to go back to communism? I mean, Jesus Christ. If motherfuckers want to live in a communist state, just go to a country where that happens. I'll see you in a couple weeks if you make it back here. Fucking idiots. Now I gotta drive down the fucking road every day with this dumb fuck. I'm sure they're black people, because now they got a sign up that goes, it says, anyone but Trump 2020. Really? Anyone? These are the people that are voting for Biden. They're not voting for Biden because they like his political beliefs or they pay attention to what he's running on. They just vote for him because they hate Trump. Because the media has been telling them for years, Trump's racist. You know how fucking frustrated I would be if I was Trump and I did more for the black community than any president in the history of this country, minus maybe Abraham Lincoln for actually freeing the fucking slaves, which even that, he gets all the credit, but there was a lot of white people that fought and died during the Civil War and during the fucking Jim Crow laws during the 50s and 60s, white people that marched with Martin Luther King. This shit was going on for 100 years. It wasn't just one man that freed the slaves. This shit had been going on. Who freed the slaves? White people. You know, all this talking that Martin Luther King did would have meant nothing if white people weren't listening. We were the ones in power then. Still are, I know. It doesn't make us racist. It just, that's the way the world works. Go to another country, maybe there's more black people running shit. I don't fucking know. It's the way shit works. The Indians should have fucking learned how to make some guns. They'd still be here. As fucked up as that is to say, that is the truth. They lost because they were outmanned. They lost because they didn't have the technology. Didn't mean we had the right to kill them, but that, you know, I digress. It's off topic, but, you know, it's like, how stupid can people be that I'm driving down the road every morning and they support, now I don't know if they support the organization or if they're just saying Black Lives Matter, because the sign just says Black Lives Matter, but it makes me think they support the organization when right next to it is a sign that says anyone but Trump 2020. Fucking dumb motherfuckers. Let's see. Donated more money to the fucking to historic black colleges and universities than any president in history, and made it sustainable. Not just a lump sum that'll get fucking burned through in a few years and then some other president will have to deal with it. It's actually sustainable. Created the First Step Act, getting nonviolent offenders out of prison. That's great. Fucking black people, all they do is bitch about how prisons are overrun by fucking black people and that it's racism. We're in jail more because judges give black people more harsh sentences. There's, you know, no, it's because 6% of the population is black men that commit 50% of the fucking violent crimes in this country. That's why it is. Because you motherfuckers are being brought up without a father to raise you properly, so you drop out of high school, you join gangs, you get no education, which gives you no opportunity to get good work, which means you have to sell drugs, and so on and so on and so on. But it's the white guy's fault. It's the white guy. Which technically it is. It started with the welfare state and Lyndon Johnson. That's literally where this started. That's where you see a sharp decline in success with black people. You know, in the 30s and the 50s, black families were actually very strong, unified unit, and you know, went to church, religious, and not just not today's people that go to church and talk about religion and then leave and they're fucking smacking somebody upside the head 5 minutes after they leave a church because they fucking stepped on they creased their fucking sneakers. Talking about people that actually had respect, people that cared, you know, were liked in the community. Because forget what you see in movies. That is not how it was. Black people and white people lived in communities, in the same communities. There was not as much segregation as there is now, which is self-segregation. Black people segregating themselves intentionally because they think the white man's out to get them, so they stay away. They don't socialize. They don't want to be part of the culture. It's pretty fucking ridiculous and sad, but it is the reality. But yeah, this is what I got to drive. Anyway, you know, digressing again. This is the shit that I got to sit there and drive by every day. All I want to do is be the fucking person that I hate being which would be the type of person that would spray paint the fucking signs or just rip them down. You know, to sit there and see this, I already know. I guarantee these people are black. It's like it's not even hard. It's not even hard to fucking figure out. I guarantee they're black. I guarantee they're uneducated on these topics. Because if they had a brain in their head, they wouldn't be saying anyone but Trump. Really? Anyone? Really? You want Hillary? You can't look at her fucking face and see she's a fucking lunatic? You know, I mean, all the shit that she's involved in, the Clintons and the Obamas. I love all the black people that are sitting there going, bring back Obama. Obama didn't do shit for you, motherfucker. Get off your ass and fucking educate yourself. Obama didn't give a flying fuck about this country. He was too busy doing world political shit. Like, he was too busy focusing on giving hundreds of millions of dollars of fucking rockets and shit to Iran. The same rockets that Qasem Soleimani was using right before Trump fucking waxed his ass. Waxed? Did I say waxed? I meant whacked his ass. He didn't fuck him in the ass. Fucking, it's unbelievable. Obama kills fucking, makes the decision to kill fucking Bin Laden. Motherfucker. Obama makes the decision to kill fucking Osama Bin Laden, and he's championed as a fucking great president. Trump kills a terrorist, and everybody's fucking going on social media wearing hijabs and shit, or whatever the fuck they're called, and saying, he ain't our president. Our hearts and prayers go out to the families of Qasem Soleimani, and fucking gag it. Shut the fuck up, you fucking anti-American pieces of shit. He's fucking attacking, he was attacking our fucking forces and coalition forces. We had people die. People that were fucking American contractors. They didn't even work. They weren't even a part of our military. They were American citizens that were contracted to work with our military, that were getting killed with these attacks. And Trump even went on TV and said, look, take down our drones, you're shooting our drones, fine. I'm oversimplifying here. He said, but if you start killing fucking soldiers, you start killing citizens, we're gonna have a problem. Well, I guess they thought he was fucking bluffing, and he showed their asses that he fucking wasn't. And he fucking killed them. He killed somebody that was on a terrorist watch list, on the FBI's terrorist watch list, since the Obama administration. Not only did the Obama administration know that Qasem Soleimani was a fucking terrorist, they did nothing about it and gave money to the fucking country that he was the high-ranking, he was the fucking general of the fucking Quds Force. That's their Special Ops Division. Special Forces Division. That motherfucker was ranked up here. He's number 2 to the fucking Ayatollah. And we fucking killed him because he was killing our people. And people still find a way to hate Trump. I've never seen something. This shows how our country will not survive if Americans continue to be this fucking idiotic. There's no way we can survive. Because unless the smarter people, like we're almost going to have to become communism, in a way, communist, because people aren't smart enough. We are not smart enough to run our own country. We the people, as the fucking Bill of Rights starts, we the people, we are not smart enough. I'd hate to say it, but it's the truth. We're not fucking, there's too many dumb fucking people in this country to leave it up to them. We can't leave it up to these people that live down the street from my house that are talking about anybody but Trump 2020, Black Lives Matter. We can't leave shit up to them. We can't allow people like that to vote for fucking idiots like Joe Biden. People that literally want to destroy that person's life. People that don't give a flying fuck about him, and they're voting for him. Why? Because the media said Trump's a bad guy. Because, why? Because they're too fucking lazy to get off their ass and educate themselves. And half of the time, it's easy. My brother, and I'm not shitting on my brother, but my brother sent a post the other day. I think it was from the CDC. I think the post on Facebook was directly from the CDC. And it was talking about some disease that was going to come back around in 2021, and it was highly dangerous and highly lethal to children. And he captions it by saying, "This is really scary, unless this is more mainstream media, you know, fear-mongering." I can't remember exactly. He said something along those lines. What do? Back out of Facebook, go to CDC's website. They got a whole list of years, 2019, 2018, 2017, all the way down the page. You can click on them and see how many confirmed cases each year. If I had to guess, I'd say it's about 150 cases averaged a year. Not deaths. They didn't say how many people out of those cases died. These were just cases. 150 on average, 200, something like that. This is a non-issue. And my brother's freaking out. And I don't want to say he's freaking out, but he's saying this is scary unless, you know, this is all bullshit. But it's like, if you're not sure, go to the fucking website, go to their website and fucking see what's up. It probably took me 3 minutes. I doubt it took me 5 minutes. I mean, it took longer for the fucking page to load than it took to fucking scroll down and find the fucking information that I was looking for. It's just more fear. Well, nobody's buying COVID anymore. People are starting to see that this isn't fucking, you know, we're not driving down. It's not The Walking Dead. It's not like you're looking around and there's people in the corners throwing up and bleeding out of their eyes like we were trying to make everybody believe. Well, what are we going to do now to scare everybody? Oh, I got an idea. We'll say that there's going to be a disease next year. We're not even going to wait for it to happen. We're going to fucking act like we're psychic. We're going to predict diseases before they fucking happen. And people believe that? Are people fucking retarded? When the fuck have you ever heard of the CDC telling us that there's going to be a virus before it ever happened, or a disease before it happened? Know why they don't do it? Because there's no way to fucking predict that. I mean, other than simple shit like, hey, it's getting cold, flu season. We understand that because we understand how viruses work. Now they got people freaking out over a disease that's coming out next year. What are we going to do next? Start talking about something that's going to come out in 2025? Man, there's going to be a spike in COVID-19. There's going to be a spike in COVID-22, because by that time there'll be like 4 other variations that are more vicious than the original strain. Fucking people are just fucking like sheep. Everybody believes this shit. Too much time on social media, I think. This shit didn't start until social media. I mean, there was a little bit of it because the media has been corrupt for a long time. The media has their own political agendas and financial agendas. It's like the whole thing with COVID. Why do you think there's so many hospitals talking about new cases? It's a financial incentive. The more cases they claim they have, the more money they get. They're a business, just like anything else. Why do you think it costs $800 to get a fucking aspirin and a goddamn giant Q-tip shoved 6 inches up your nose for a flu swab? And then you leave and you got a $500 fucking bill, even with insurance. Why do you think that hospitals are one of the only fucking places you can go where they just have a floating system? It's like, oh, you have an MRI done? There's $7,000. How do you justify that? You just gotta fucking pay it. You just gotta learn. It's that fucking simple. Just fucking learn. Black Lives Matter. Anyone but Trump 2020. We're so fucking lucky to have Trump as a president, but people can't get over the... I like how people go, well, he's not presidential. I don't like the way he talks and says what's on his mind. What do you think? Every other president doesn't think the same thing? Wouldn't you want somebody telling you what they think rather than telling you what you want to hear and then talking shit behind your back? I'd much rather somebody comment, hey, shut the fuck up. Getting tired of you bitching all the time. Than to sit there and be like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then go to their friends and be like, yo, you gotta listen to this guy. He's a fucking lunatic. Which is fine if that's what you think. I know I'm not. Because if anybody that thinks I am, I know they're not fucking doing shit to educate themselves, period. Because if you were, you'd agree. I'm not wrong on this. Like I said, it's like trying to argue with somebody that thinks 2 times 2 isn't 4. It's like, I know you're wrong. I already know that. There is no debate. This isn't up for discussion. I know Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. I know it because I listened to what they said. Not what I think. It's what they said. I know people that think Trump is racist are fucking idiots. And not only that, even if he is racist, another reason they're an idiot is because whether he's racist or not, what difference does it make? Do you want to, what, I'm sorry, would you rather have a non-racist white president that does nothing for the black community? That's what I would say to any black person that wants to talk shit about Trump being racist. Okay, so he's still done more for, that's one of my coworkers, yeah, he just did that for votes. Okay, so what? He still did it. What is his motives behind doing it got to do with the fact that he did it? It doesn't even make any sense. Alright, let's get rid of the white president, the white racist president that's done more for black people than any president in history, in American history, and replace him with a white president that's not racist and does nothing. That's what you're going to do when you elect Joe Biden. Fucking people, man. God damn. I mean, fucking Joe Biden is fucking insane. Joe Biden can't even fucking, he's worse than fucking Bush. Bush was just a moron. Bush couldn't form a coherent sentence because he was stupid. Biden isn't stupid. Biden is mentally ill. I mean, how the fuck can you sit there and all these years talking about Trump is racist, but yet you can't come up with one time where he said something racist? Meanwhile, Biden says, poor people are just as smart as black people. You ain't voting for me, you ain't black. What was the other thing he said? Christ, he just fucking said it. I love that one too. He goes, what the fuck was it? He says, oh yeah, no, he was talking, it was a black journalist. And he's like, you know, what are you, a junkie? What are you, on cocaine or something? It's like, so what, because he's black, he's a fucking junkie, he's a drug user, he's a drug dealer, drug addict? What the fuck is this guy talking about? And the media barely covers it. If they cover it at all, you'll see it on Fox. That's about it. And everybody, and yet you still have a black person like this one, the neighbor outside of my house, with a sign that says anyone but Trump. Okay. Go ahead. I was telling a black coworker a few weeks ago, I said, watch. He was like, I hope Trump wins. I said, trust me, Trump's a lock. Unless the Democrats do something to manipulate the votes. A week later, 1 week later, they're pushing mail-in ballots. Because they can manipulate mail-in ballots. How many people have had their mail sent to their neighbor's house from the USPS? It's just normal mail. You trust a voting system to determine who's going to be the next commander-in-chief of our country to a fucking group of people that can't even get that right, and that's without government interference? That's without Democrats fucking rigging shit? No. I'm going to go face-to-face and vote. Oh, no, we can't vote. We can't go face-to-face. It's too dangerous. It ain't too dangerous for me to go to Walmart. Ain't too dangerous for me to go to the grocery store. A lot more people in close contact in those places than there are in a fucking voting booth inside of a school or wherever the fuck they happen to have it. If people can't see by now what these fucking Democrats are doing, you really either aren't paying attention or you should go get yourself your brain looked at, because you might be either mentally retarded or seriously fucking ill in the head. Because they're not even hiding it at this point. They're not hiding it. They've lost. At this point in time, they're children that lost in a board game and they flipped the fucking board game over so you can't finish playing. It's ridiculous to see the way they're fucking acting and the shit they're doing. To not even hide the fact that of their corruption. It's like it's almost at the point they're celebrating it. At this point, they're just fucking seeing how far they're seeing how they're testing us. It's like they're seeing how much shit they can get away with before the true Americans actually step up. And it's you know, give somebody an inch, take a mile. But unfortunately, you also give somebody enough rope, they're going to hang themselves with it. That's what the Democrats are doing, because more and more people are figuring out what the fuck is going on. And they're so fucking stupid with, you know, whether it's AOC, Ilhan Omar, all these fucking idiots, Don Lemon, you know, fucking, it's ridiculous. Like, they're pushing, they're so stupid that they don't realize that they're pushing too hard, too fast, and it's making them look like fucking idiots. And more people are picking up on it. Hopefully through people like me, except that have hundreds of thousands of followers and not, you know, 8 people that are going to watch this and probably only watch 3 minutes and be like, fuck this. But, you know, this is ridiculous. You know, if you disagree with what I'm saying, do the fucking research. Because I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. I've done the research. It's point blank, period, plain and simple. It's wrong. Black Lives Matter is evil. They do not care. Just because they call themselves Black Lives Matter, if you look at their fucking website, there's nothing about in the website that has anything to do with giving a flying fuck about black people. Nothing. There's nothing they've ever done to support black people. And black people still support them, and stupid white people with white guilt. Darn, it's that fucking phone will probably cut off anyway. I'm at 27 minutes. You know, motherfuckers need to wise up, though. Seriously.